filled up here as we
Larry, happy to be here again after a split in St. John. We're here for some great 2 games. We're going to start off here with the league awards first, then O Canada. So we're going to listen to the announcers as they go through the league awards.
We'd like to say hello to all of our fans streaming the game on Maritime Athletic Profiles. All right. Before the game tonight, the ECJLL would like to hand out their season awards. We're going to start with the first team All-Stars. And this is a group of players that brought their best of the floor all season long. All these runners played every game with a terrific amount of skill and an amazing amount. Oh, we're starting with second. Everything still stands true. So no team is complete without these guys on the floor helping our teams to win and create excitement in the ECJLL in the season all season long. Collectively, these players earned 158 points, and a goalie who stood strong in front of the net for 735 minutes and had 455 saves. The second team All-Star lineup are Ben McDonald from the St. Margaret's Bay Rebels. From the Sackville Sportwheels. Ben Barrero from the Dartmouth Bandits. Strong from the Halifax Hurricanes. Ben Eisner from the Halifax Hurricanes. And Mateo Isaac from the Halifax Hurricanes. We got one again. Let's hear it for our second team All-Stars. First team All-Stars. These All-Stars showed their skill to provide terrific lacrosse action no matter what rink they were at. With a total of 244 points, 116 goals, 196 assists amongst them, and a goalie who played 846 minutes, just over 14 hours. Imagine standing in that net for 14 hours. The first team All-Stars are Drew Mason from the St. John Rapids. Jack Cowan from the Halifax Hurricanes. Riley Bissett, St. John Rapids. This is when I apologize to this player for repeating his name wrong all year. Nate Santorpia. Sackville Wolves. Cooper Puma, Sackville Wolves. And Fan Club. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody in the den, your first team All-Stars. All right, moving on to the 2025 Coaching Staff of the Year. This team held steady with 11 wins and 4 losses, 158 points scored, and only 99 points against the regular season. Holding strong for 5 games, semifinals, and making a repeat visit to the finals. Please welcome your coaching staff of the year. All right, let's hear it for the Sackville coaching staff. Indigenous Player of the Year. The Indigenous Player of the Year award goes to the ECJLL player who identifies with the Indigenous ancestry and exemplifies the connection to the culture and to the game, volunteerism in the community, and good sportsmanship and leadership on and off the floor. This award is presented in memory of the league's first Indigenous director, Steve Morrissey, and this year's recipient is Jeremy Kopp from the St. Martin's Bay Rebels. Jeremy cannot be here today. He sends his regrets. Rookie of the Year. Every year, new players join ECJLL, and we look for that standout player. Some make big impacts, and this year's recipient for the Rookie of the Year was drafted 3rd in the first round, played 13 regular season games, had 40 points, including 17 goals. The ECJLL 2025 Rookie of the Year goes to McGregor Mills of the St. Martin's Bay Rebels. Congratulations, McGregor. The ECJLL Goalie of the Year has been a true Ironman the last 2 seasons for his team. He's made some huge saves, taken some big hits, which he shakes off to continue to stay strong between the pipes. With a regular season play of 7 wins, 5 losses, taking 846 shots and only allowing 106 goals. This year's Goalie of the Year is, let's hear it, Fan Club, Keegan Horn. How much did you pay him, Keegan? Defensive Player of the Year. This year's Defensive Player of the Year is a leader of the team on and off the floor. He played every game this season. It's been hard for his opponents to get around him, past him. He's just tenacity personified, while averaging a point a game himself from the defensive end. This year's Defensive Player of the Year is Cooper Puma, Sackville Sportwheels. Congratulations, Cooper. Offensive Player of the Year. He's been lighting up the league since his first rookie game. And with the commitment to travel, to play, and his love and his knowledge of the game, he's played all 15 regular season games, leading his team in goals with 45 goals on 26 others. Let's hear it for our Offensive Player of the Year, Riley Lipton from the St. John Rapids. And our top scorer. The ECJLL top scorer goes to the person who leads the league in points. This player, 33 goals, 69 assists. 2025 East Coast Junior Lacrosse League Junior A top scorer is Drew Mason. Everybody in the den, let's hear it for the award winners this year. Congratulations. Now, we want a photo, apparently, everybody together. Congratulations once again. Now, let's get on to some playoff lacrosse. Before the opening face-off, the Wolves Lacrosse Association will honor the creator's game by presenting the Acknowledgement of Mi'kmaq Territory and the Mi'kmaq Honor Song. Please, if you're able, rise, take off your headgear, and direct your attention to the flag at the entrance of the arena for the presentation of the Acknowledgement and the Honor Song.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. Prior to the singing of our national anthem, the ECJLL would like to acknowledge that the land on which we gather is the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. Acknowledging that we are in Mi'kmaq, the traditional ancestral territory of the Mi'kmaq people, is a way of showing respect for and honoring our shared history and shared treaty relationship. Our relationship based on peace and friendship. It is very important that we continue to recognize our shared history.
Please, if you're able, remain standing for the presentation of OCAM.
ECJLL Finals. Game 3 of 5. It's a 1-1 tie coming into this as
We'd like to say hello to
St.
you
John
13. Go ahead,
here
Provincial
by
team.
Brandon Smithson.
Thank you for coming in.
Larry, happy to be here. This is going to be a great one. The first 2 games were awesome in St. John, back and forth battle. Went both ways, so excited to see this one. Game 2 got a little bit chippy there, so it's going to be interesting to see how the officials call this one. If they want to keep it tighter, we're going to let them play a bit. We got Scott, Maurice, and Braden in tonight as officials, all Nova Scotia officials, so we'll see how it goes. Even awards kind of on both sides of both teams, so I didn't get an advantage there, but I know they're excited to get going here in Game 3. They've had a week off to review the video and see what comes out of it.
We have the awards. Looks like the offensive rewards going to the Rapids, and the defensive awards seem to be going towards the Sackville on that one. As we get set to go, my name's Larry McVicker. Larry Cherry, as the kids call me. And here we go. Game 3 starts now. Ball comes out of the circle. As Puma for Sackville. He's triple teamed by the Rapids. Now, going across over. Loose ball. Santropia comes up with it. Santropia down low in the Rapid zone. He's double teamed. Keeps a handle on the ball as the Wolves set up. Crossover. Haul it down low. McCarron looking for path. Can't find one. Puts it across. Santropia. Santropia. The ball gets knocked out of his by number 23. That was siding for the Rapids.
Good start by the Rapids defense there. We got in nets Noah Fletcher. Actually returned from the Hamilton Bengals in Ontario after being eliminated from the playoffs and back in for the playoffs.
All right, number 7, Aldrich for the Rapids. Over to Bissett. Bissett looking for a lane. Bissett fires. And that's a save by Doyle in the nets for Sackville.
Great start by Aiden Doyle. He didn't get the start in Game 2. They went with Zach Malcolm, but back with Aiden Doyle tonight. Aiden did beat them in Game 1. Was unbelievable in the net in Game 1.
Wheelie trying to fire a shot that goes wide. That's up and out of play. Rapids ball.
One thing to note from Game 2 there, Carter Monroe did get hurt. He was out of the Game 1 and then got hurt in Game 2. Did come back and finish the third, but just watch how that turns out. Hopefully, I think with a week's rest, he's all right, but I hope he is. After his 5-goal game, he hasn't played a lot in this finals, and I'll be looking to get that going this time. And there he is walking out on the power play on the crease. So,
all right, on the power play, the Wolves is McCarron. Plays it down low. Hull looking in front, but number 13, Jack McKay, held up. And out come the Rapids. It's 22 able to pick that up. McKinnon gets the shot on goal, reset the start clock.
Colin going through the crease. Morgan McKinnon for the Rapids took that shot, went through the crease and picked up the ball. One of the top defensive players on the Rapids for sure. He definitely commands them on the defensive side.
Hey, Wheatley with the ball. That's it over to McKay, down low to Monroe. Monroe, low shot, and Fletcher makes the save. Fletcher, outlet. Back down the floor comes the Rapids. Off to 17, McCausland. Looks for some help. Gets it. McCausland hands it off to Bissett. Bissett looking for a lane in. Killing the penalty here is Bissett. That's a shot on goal, and Doyle makes the save.
You see Bissett is a shifty player. That's why he got Offensive Player of the Year. You can see those moves and always get his hands free for that shot. Nice save by that. We're interested to see. I'm a little surprised that Cooper Puma wasn't lined up on him, but we'll see as it goes on through the game.
50 seconds left in the power play. As Hollett back to Wheatley, back to Hollett. Hollett up top. Hollett being challenged by number 8 on the Rapids there. That's Williams. Back, looking in tight, shot! And a save by Fletcher.
Matt McCarron, beautiful cut there. He has been unbelievable in this series. In Game 1 and 2, he was great. He's been really strong on the power play for the Wolves.
Back up to Wheatley. Wheatley up top to Hollett. Hollett cross to Wheatley. Wheatley looking for the player in motion, but off a Rapids player, and the Rapids looking to come out on the transition. 7 in tight. 7 low shot. And the ball stays out.
Great stop by Doyle coming across. Hard to read that. That was Aldridge, is one of those big fast or smaller fast players in the Rapids who just picked it up right down the floor. They're one of the best transitional teams in this league, and you got to be ready to go as soon as the ball's turned over. We're back to full strength.
Wheatley. Down low, back to 5-on-5 as Rapids killed off that penalty. Up top to Wheatley. Wolves in control. Wheatley's shot, that goes wide. Rebound comes all the way back out to him. 6 seconds left in the shot clock. Wheatley looking to get a shot on goal, reset that, and Fletcher makes the save. Wheatley triple teamed in behind, trying to get for that loose ball.
Great job by Wheatley, forcing that possession call back to him. Excellent work. He's just a hustle player all the way around. Second team All-Star, showing it why right there.
Back up top to McCarron. McCarron looking for some options. Across to McKay. McKay tries to muscle his way in, turned aside. McKay. Hard shot in there to number 8. That's Normando. Normando gets the ball back. McKay trying the one-timer. McKay, low shot and a save by Fletcher. What an acrobatic goalie in Fletcher.
He is very acrobatic. It's the best word for him. I think the Wolves are trying to go east to west on him and keep it high. He is known to go down to his knees, so the upstairs is open if you get him moving. I think that's what they were looking for there, but he gets those arms up quick. Big save on McKay.
Rapids on the offense now. Pass down low. Rapids in motion. Back to Bissett. Bissett rolls off a hit. In tight. And shot goes wide as the time's going to tick down. And that'll be Wolves ball.
Great defense by the Wolves, holding for that 30 seconds. First, game 1 and 2, I'll say, came out, I think, to the goaltending, who had the better area. Right now, they're both playing really strong, so excited to see as we go along.
Shot by Monroe. Fletcher got an elbow on that one. Sends it wide. Back up top. Wait. Monroe going for the ball. Monroe. Low shot. A save by Fletcher. Bouncing ball just got by Kennedy. Out comes 77. Scaplin sends that down the floor. Puma in. 25 up with it. 25 hard shot. Scores!
So all that transition from the Rapids. Ben O'Coin is one of the big players on the transition, able to grab that and put it in the back of the net by Aiden Doyle. Great shot on his offside. We're going to see it here in a few seconds. Exactly what you got to do. This team is transition. That's what they're built on. That's what they start the plays on. As you can see, just spins off the defender. Wrong side, far shot, hard for the goalie to read. Set a pick there. Beautiful goal on that one. Outside shot. Outside shot, being able to beat him. You're on your wrong side. It's hard for a goalie to read, and that's exactly what he did, especially a defender.
Up to Puma and the Wolves. Wheatley on the offense now, looking down a goal. 1-0 St. John Rapids. As Wheatley looking for a lane. Wheatley forced to the outside with 23. Siding. Wheatley turns, fires, gets the score.
Oh, that was beautiful. Wheatley doing all the work going down low. McKay had backed out, so they were able to double him and then able to fire right over the top shoulder. As I said, no, it's kind of a goalie who goes down a little bit. Wheatley knew that and took the high shot in the top left corner and absolutely buried it right over the screen. Young players, when you're coming over that screen, you get the stick behind you. The goalie cannot read it. Noah went down because we were going, and the top corner was wide open. So beautiful shot by Wheatley. Getting the team even on that one, absolutely beautiful. That's why an all-star. I mean, that's where it comes from, right there. That play, right away. Attaboy Wheatley. He's been unbelievable in this series, I got to say.
That's a 1-1 game. Is Rapids coming right back in, tight shot, and a save by Doyle.
I'll say a key to Game 3 is going to be these face-offs. It was very interesting watching in St. John. Most draw men don't win it directly. They win it to someone else, and people are putting chess pieces to where the ball is going to go. So it'll be interesting to watch that as this goes on.
Okay, Wolves on the offense. Across to Normando, up to Wheatley. Down low to Monroe. Monroe rolling in, Monroe in tight. Shot, and that goes wide. Picked up by number 11, Finn St. Hilaire, the rookie. Tries the shot on net, but the
tried to get that across there and got tipped, but man, if he had got it across, it was wide open. See a little chippy stuff happen in front already. This is Game 3, it matters to them. Nope, they're calling it back.
Oh, Wolves able to steal that one back.
Yeah, blew it in, no one picked it up, so you got like 5 seconds to pick up the ball. If you don't, they're blowing it in. Rapids definitely not happy with that. but Wolves back to the offense.
Garen back up to Monroe. His shot, that's deflected wide and
right off the Rapids player's head.
Down the floor, Scapelin will pick it up. Scapelin, cross, shot, saved by Doyle. So what happened in behind the play there?
So behind the play here, Carter went in and took a shot. He got hit high, did not like it. I think he was down a bit, but referee didn't call the high stick. So Carter returned the favor, but then also the Rapids were going at it. So they were jawing each other all the way, just back and forth. So referee said, that's enough of that, you're going to go to the box. So one's getting a rough for the Rapids, and then unsportsmanlike a number 4. When you both, this is where you kind of set that tone that we're not going to tolerate this, so you're both going to go off and make sure they set that. They're discussing who gets the ball on this one. I think it was after the shot and the Wolves had it, so it's going to stay black. When you get 2 penalties on the same play, it's whoever had possession. So the Wolves had possession, can stay with them.
All right, so Wheatley with the Wolves. It's 4-on-4. My mistake. Now Hollett with the ball. Hollett tries to slip in, and Hollett comes into a wall of white. Gets it back to Wheatley. Wheatley now. Get to the outside. McKay fires a shot, saved by Fletcher. To the corner, loose ball, picked up by Hollett. Hollett slips away. 19, that's Waite over to Wheatley. Wheatley back across to Hollett. 20 seconds left in the shot clock. Hollett back up to Wheatley. Wheatley looking for some options. Wheatley finds a lane, puts a shot, and that just went wide and bounced up and out of play.
For you young kids that are out there, watch Hollett and Wheatley. Both not the biggest guys out there, probably some of the smaller ones, but their feet never stop driving, never stop moving, and they get opportunities just from that. Absolutely beautiful by both of them.
There you go. St. John, pass off to Bissett, looking for Aldridge. That bounces into the corner. There's number 3, Leo Monk, trying to come back up with it.
We got one coming to the Wolves here. Loose ball there that was on the boards and no one got it. Wolves got a little over aggressive is how the official felt. And Cooper Puma's going to go off for 2 minutes. A little covered by the bench here, so we're going to see what the call is. Going to call a cross check. Assume he didn't have the ball. My guess is he got him a little bit on the back. A little bit hard to see on the replay because it's close to the boards. There was a couple close ones in the game 3, and so I'm sure the referees are taking tight of anything near the back in this one early. So. Yes, and I just dropped my drink. That's why everybody got really quiet there.
So, 4-on-3 for the Rapids. Aldridge back to Bissett. Aldridge, Bissett having a little big game, pitch and catch. Now, that's not Bissett. 12.
Mason. Drew Mason, top scorer in the league, puts that in. Beautiful goal by Mason on that one. You're down a man. 4-on-3 is much harder than 5-on-4. So you'll see the two of them just work it back across the top. Bottom man comes up and sets the pick, and the low guy can't get over fast enough. And Drew Mason, when you got 102 points in this league, you don't miss too often. So just buried it on the far side of Doyle there. And we're going back to 4-on-4 for another 20. Oh, no, sorry. We're going to be 4-on-4 for 25 seconds. And then we're going to go back down to another one. I'm a little surprised at that. I don't think that's the way it should have come out, but we'll see when they come into the box. We're 4-on-4 right now.
4-on-4. Wheatley turns, fires. That's off the leg. Loose ball. Scooped up by McCarron. McCarron off to McKay. McKay down low to Wheatley. Wheatley puts it across for St. Hilaire. St. Hilaire looking for a root in. But
we're back to 5-on-5. The time clock there was incorrect. So we're back to 5-on-5.
Oh, it looks like getting called a delay of game here, early.
Yeah, it was Finn St. Hilaire there. After the whistle, just rolled the ball in the corner. You roll it away from a defender. There's no messing around with that. They're calling the 2 minutes. Especially here, they're really big on that one. So 2 minutes again. They're going down again. Wolves got to stay out of the penalty box. I know they want to be aggressive, but can't take these undisciplined penalties and give the Rapids more chance. One of the best offensive teams in the league is St. John Rapids.
Mason starting off the power play. Aldridge back to Mason. Mason cross back to Mason. Mason fire, no, to the side and doesn't connect there. 74, Moffitt back up with it. Back up to Mason. Mason up top, down low. Back to Moffitt. Moffitt to Mason. Mason hammers the shot off the post and up and out of play.
Big shot right off the far post. Mason's a shooter. That's why he's at the top.
St. John back with the possession. Aldridge to Mason. Mason up top. Mason across to Aldridge. Aldridge fires. That's off a body. And loose ball. Coming up is Puma. Puma heading in. Oh, can't get a clean handle. Now Puma in tight. Puma shot and saved by Fletcher.
Nice save by Fletcher. Puma had the right move, came across, went back, but Fletcher threw that glove out there. Nice save. Again, Puma, great effort there. You notice Bissick is down low in this one. You watch the Rapids will run a lot of plays that will set a pick down low to bring him up to the top for the shot. They're moving him back up to shooter now.
Okay, Aldridge, Bissett. Back to Aldridge. Over to Mason. Top to Aldridge. That's deflected by Puma. Aldridge. Oh, that gets one just inside the post.
Absolutely
nice
beautiful.
Goal.
Far pass, making Doyle have to move over a bit and wasn't able to get back in time. And buried it in the far side of the net. Absolutely beautiful there on that goal. We're going to have the media timeout now. I mean, when you look at the top of the Rapids, you got Riley Bissick leading the league in goals. You got Drew Mason leading the league in points. And then you got Aldridge who can just wire it as you saw. Those are three dangerous people, and you're down a man. It's hard to cover all of them at the same time. So beautiful shot. They're really looking for Aldridge to get going on that power play because obviously Mason, Bissick are the two they're trying to cover off. So if Aldridge is able to bury that, they're going to be even more dangerous, and the Wolves will have to respect that middle shot a lot more. So off to a start here. It's 3-1 for the Wolves in their first media timeout. Wolves, I think, a little excited being at home in the big crowd in front of them. I know when you're watching online, it probably doesn't look like it, but that's the Rapid side you're looking at. I'll tell you, on the Wolves side, it's absolutely packed over here. Standing room only on the Wolves side, all the way from one end to the other. They just got to stay in the penalty box. That's all it is. A few penalties is what's causing the issue right here, but I'm sure that's what Coach McKay talked about in the timeout here, and we'll have them back on track and back right in this game.
Well, I hope everybody's enjoying the show. If you're watching this, of course, you're watching this on Maritime Athletic Profiles, but it couldn't be done without the help of our streaming sponsor. Seafort is our sponsor for the first period as we get going. So we hope you're enjoying it, whether you're watching it from home or from Green Sleeve Bar in St. John. Here we go. And that'll be Rapids ball to start off.
Yeah, they were saying the draw man stepped into the circle, so possession of the Rapids.
So Mason with the ball. Mason fires a shot that's off a helmet. Rebound. Mason fires up. Nice pick out of the air by Aldridge. Return pass off the boards as they battle for the ball. Mason able to recollect. 10 seconds left in the shot clock. Behind the back, looking towards the net. It's still in tight, but crease.
Great movement east to west. They're making Doyle move tonight. He's looked a little sluggish at the start, so give him a couple minutes. Hopefully he gets back into it, but it's a great movement by the Rapids. They're an offensive team. They're getting the ball moving.
Okay, Wheatley looking for Wake coming in. That's deflected away. St. Hilaire comes back up with the ball. Cross up top to Wheatley. Wheatley comes across the top, but he gets stripped there by Williams. Number 2, Allen hustling for the ball. He comes up with it for the Rapids. Transition up to Moffitt. Moffitt pass up to Aldridge. Weber. They'll take it back is Normando coming down. He's got Monroe on the other side. 22 with the shot. Yeah. Oh,
Santapia with a beautiful shot and only got stopped by the post on that one.
Another shot in and saved by Doyle. Here we go. Back up top to Bissett. Bissett for the Rapids. Takes a walk over to the corner. Back up top, looking for Mason. Mason can't find his Bissett. Rolls up top, Bissett fires. That goes wide. Loose ball, Bissett flex it again. That goes up and out of play.
Great defense by the Wolves. They needed that stop. They got to get the offense going a little bit. I hope that shot by Santapia that hit the post will rejuvenate everybody. They haven't cut out a lot because of the penalties, so I'm sure they're getting ready to light up fire here.
Okay. McCarron down low. Back across for Monroe. Monroe takes a shot. That's just up and over the crossbar. As McCarron can't hold it in the zone, and they'll go to St. John, the ball.
Over, unfortunate there on McCarron to stop that over and back. Had a chance, but it just bounced over a stick. Didn't quite judge it right, but it'll be all right. Carter Monroe looking for the far side there, just missed. They're definitely looking high on Fletcher.
McCausland with the ball for the Rapids. McCausland in with the shot, scores!
Beautiful goal by McCausland. Just used the pick there, and then both Wolves stepped back to take the roller. Was wide open, took 2 steps in and fired it right by Doyle there. Was a little surprised, I think, that he was wide open. I think he was looking for the pass and was like, oh, I'm open, and just walked right down the middle there and buried in the back of the net. One of the actual strongest players last year on defense for the Rapids was McCarron, and this year been moved up to the offensive side and been absolutely amazing on the offensive side. Such a physical player that sent those picks to get other people open and creating opportunities. Huge difference.
There we go, back at center. Hall gets it down the floor. Picked up by Santapia for the Wolves. Santapia gets up to Hallett. To McCarron. And to Hallett on the move. Shot! And a great save by Fletcher. Nice play. McCarron back to Hallett on the move. Back to McCarron. Can get to the outside. McCarron fires it back up top to Wheatley. Looking to get around Neal. Wheatley. His pass deflected away. Wheatley back up with it. Wheatley across. Looking for McCarron on the doorstep, but that's deflected wide. Now Normando. That's Gandy, I guess. Shot! And a big save by Fletcher. As the ball bounces just wide of the net. St. John now coming back up. This is number 10, Casey. Casey. Hands off. Across to Aldridge. Sets up the offense. Aldridge gets the pick from Bissett. Bissett coming in tight. His shot bounces up and out of play.
Just want to comment on that give and go from McCarron and Howlett. Wow. And then beautiful save by Fletcher up to the task, but that was a beautiful give and go. Just stick to the basics, back in and out.
Monroe down low for McKay. McKay looking for on the move is Normando, and that's off the crossbar.
I think he faked it so much he faked himself out because Noah was completely out of the net, and unfortunately he hit the bar as it went through. But that was another give and go opportunities.
Another shot wide, and that's back over. They're coming hard onto it. It's number 8, Williams. But able to get picked back up. Monroe back over center for the Wolves.
Wolves got a bit saved there. That would have been back over, I believe. But the Rapids player actually got full control of it, so that stopped it. And then unfortunately turned it over right after.
Normando right in tight. And another give and go is Normando too.
I believe that was St. Hilaire, Finn St. Hilaire cutting in on that one. Very tight window, put that in. Beautiful. Again, we've talked about give and goes. 3 give and goes right on the crease. As you can see, McCarron has the ball down low, goes into St. Hilaire, who buries it on the far side. St. Hilaire, beautiful in the middle, coming up like he's going to set a pick for Howlett, and then rolls right in. The defender just let him go and buries it right in the back of the net. Very short window. He's going to Founders next week. So great goal by Finn St. Hilaire. Nice pass by McCarron. Excellently done.
So the Wolves chip into that lead. It's now 4-2. The Rapids leading is the Wolves back on the offense here with McKay. McKay having a look. Candy in with the pick, and McKay, his shot just wide.
I think someone forgot to cover McKay there.
There's Scapelin. Brings it back up over center. Scapelin hands it off to Mason. In tight. Shot. That's a good pass in by Mason. It's Scapelin battling for the ball with Puma. As the time ticking down on the shot clock, and that will do it.
I know a lot of people are saying, like, why didn't the Wolves just pick that up? obviously in a scrum like that, you actually want to, the shot clock's down below 10. You can kind of muck it as long as possible so you can get that reset. And it worked out for them. Just keep it on the rapid sticks. Good job by the defense.
Wheatley at the doorstep as goal by Wake. Left alone to the doorstep like your Amazon package. That's at home.
I have no idea how Wake was left wide open, but everyone on the Wolves bench and in the stands was screaming that he was wide open on the crease. Somebody throw him the ball. And then Wheatley saw him just in time, and he made no mistake. They've been going inside, outside on Fletcher. They're waiting for him to go down and putting it in, but that was, all you say, that was a blown coverage, as they say in football, on the defense. But it would have been anybody who wasn't here. This whole side of the stadium was screaming that someone is wide open on the crease.
And here we go. It's now a 4-3 St. John lead. There's a ball able to pop free, and Mott picks it up. Mott quickly up to Wheatley. Wheatley, as St. John gets the defenders out, cuts him off. Wheatley holds up. Back up to McKay. McKay over to Hollett. Hollett down over for McCarron. McCarron from the boards looking for some options. Hands off to Waite, the goal scorer. Bouncing ball in tight. McCarron hates a shot and a save as Fletcher picks that one out of the air.
As you said, athletic goalie was almost on his back. It looked like almost a Dominic Hassett kind of save where the Fiends go up and get it. But you know what? Doesn't matter how you stop it as long as you do, and that's what Fletcher does. So
there you go. Aldridge with the ball. Moffett, his shot bounces into the corner. 6 seconds left on the shot clock. There's Aldridge up, turns and fires, and that's off the glass in behind, and it'll be Wolves' ball.
I'll say I think the Wolves' nerves has gone out of them, and they're back in this game. Defense has made 3 huge stops there. Offense has got some really good opportunities. It's just a game of runs. You just got to wait for your moment, and they have. They've done an excellent job, and we're back to 4-3. Rapids are still leading in this one.
All right, St. Hilaire with the ball, trying to find a way in, kept to the outside, over to Wheatley, down low to Monroe. Monroe posts the shot, that goes wide, and the loose ball. The Rapids will take that on the move as McIntyre right in there, but picked out of the air is Doyle and back up the floor.
It's unusual. I thought the McKinnon would have turned there, the captain of the Rapids, but didn't decide to go in and take that shot, but would have liked to see them bring it out, have a reset on that one.
Okay, looking for a lane, can't find one. Over to Hollett. Now, crosses Normando in tight, shot, and it's a save by Fletcher. And McKay tried to flick it off the ground, and that went wide.
Playing some floor ball today, grabbing it on the ground and just shoot it, see if it works. The net was there.
So here we go. No, that's not Moffett. Weber.
1 minute remaining in the first period.
Over to Bissett. Bissett looking for a way in. Push to the outside. Back up top. Weber. Shot. That goes wide. Picked up by Mason. Mason. Roll up top. Mason. Now he's in tight. Shot. And it's saved by Doyle. And ball comes out the other side. Aldridge collects it back up for the Rapids. 17, sorry, that was McCausland. Now, Mason trying to find that ball. Webster. Bissett. Webster, shot! And a save. Hey, Doyle. Another shot in, and that's Aldridge.
Just a broken play there. A little scramble on the side. I think the Wolves thought they had it, so they slowed down a little bit. And Aldridge made the first one in to try to take that first chance, and then got the rebound, and no Wolves blocked out and got an easy goal on that one. One of the strengths of the Rapids are broken plays in game 1 and 2. A play looks like it's almost over, but they don't stop until the whistle goes. One of their strengths. And right there, I think everyone thought, time's going to run out. Wolves are going to get it. And then they came in with 2 shots. You got to be able to get those rebounds for sure.
There you go. In final seconds of the first period, it's 5-3 and a timeout.
Yeah, timeout called here by the Rapids. 14 seconds to go. Want to run one play. Not often you get it seen in the first period, but if you get a chance and they see something real in here, they're obviously going to take that opportunity to get their offense out there and set it up. Coach Chris Burgess had obviously made that call early on before we got to the faceoff. So 5-3 here. Very entertaining first period. A lot of great action at both ends. Goalies playing well. Great offensive chances and then some great defensive plays as well. been a little bit physical. I mean, we've seen almost everything in this first period, so it's been a great one. And both teams have had their runs, and we're going to see what happens these last 14 seconds. My guess is they're probably going to come out, try to look for Mason or Bissick, both of them off a pick or something. That's kind of been the strength of them, and why not take that opportunity? They've done pretty well on set plays, so we'll see how this one works.
So we'll see what they've got drawn up now as it's 5-on-5. It's a 5-3 St. John lead, and they'll have possession of the ball in the offensive zone.
Rapids goal scored by number 7, Chase Aldridge.
Aldridge
20 seconds
starts off.
in the first period.
Net is empty at 6-on-5. Mason looking for Aldridge behind the net, but wasn't able to connect. So Aldridge started with the ball, passed it off to the right side, went all the way around behind the net, down to Mason, who came over the top. Obviously a big shooter, so you got to come out at that. And we're trying to sneak him in behind, but pass was just a little bit behind, and the Wolves have seen it a couple times, so I think they were ready for it. But great drawn up play. You got 14 seconds. You take that opportunity. If it had been a little bit lower, you might have had a chance at it. But again, great first period. This has been awesome, Larry. So what a great game 3.
Oh, good game 3 for sure. Back and forth, both teams. Shots are 16 shots for the Wolves, 14 for the Rapids. Yet it's a 5-3 lead for the Rapids going into the first intermission. And see here, we got the U13 Team Nova Scotia out on the floor here. Good luck to them, because we'll be starting off Nationals. Box Lacrosse Championships are being hosted here in Halifax starting Monday, isn't it?
Monday, yeah. Monday will be the start of the Nationals. I think it's like 29 teams are here. We actually have officials flying in today and tomorrow, and a lot of the teams flying in tomorrow, so great opportunity for them to enjoy. I believe that was some of Keegan Horn's cheering section during the awards, if you remember. So I'm sure there's a few Bandits on that team that are big fans of Keegan Horn, who's an unbelievable goalie. So I'm excited to see this week of Nationals. It is being live streamed, and I know Maritime Profile is doing 2 of the rinks, so you should definitely come and check out the action from teams from all across Canada.
Well, best of luck to Team Nova Scotia and all the other provincial teams that are looking forward, and hope they have a great tournament here.
Larry, don't forget to say, the female Canada Games team landed in Newfoundland today and are already over there. They're starting next week too on the Rock. Looking for a great turnout. We saw a lot of pictures from the Junior A players that play in the league, so it was great to see that today as well too. So 2 tournaments at the same time on the East Coast. How often does that happen? Not very often.
Not very often. Yeah, the females, they start against Alberta tomorrow. Oh. It will be their first game. But I guess we got to get paid for, so we're going to we'll see some words from our sponsors, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes. We'll see you then, everybody.
Sam.
Hey, Mom.
Are you done?
Yeah, I just finished practice.
Your showcase has been cancelled.
They canceled it? But how will they see me play? This.
welcome back to the Sackville Arenas and getting set for period 2 of the ECJLL Junior A Co-Ed Lacrosse Finals. I'll get that all in. As I'm your play-by-play guy, my name's Larry McVicker. Larry Cherry as the kids call me. Joined here by Brendan Smithson. Thanks a lot, Brendan, for coming in.
No problem at all. I think we're a little delayed in the second period because there's about 100 kids on the floor that we had to get off during that intermission. So many kids on the floor, we had to wait a few minutes to get them all off the floor. So I'm happy to be back in the second period.
There you go. Always great seeing the kids out there playing.
It is.
now the bigger kids are out there. Hustling for the ball, loose ball. Picked up Bissett. Plays it back in. Picked up by Hall. And the Wolves go on the offense with McCarron. McCarron takes it down low, pass up to Hollett. Hollett has a look. Hollett now. Cross for Wheatley. Wheatley looking for it back to McCarron. A little bit handcuffed on the pass, couldn't quite catch it. And then loose ball. Going on to it's number 8, Williams. For the Rapids, quick transition shot. And it's saved by Doyle.
So Rapid strength, that transition at a 3-on-2 opportunity. Now they're going to reset. Go 5-on-5.
Okay, Mason passes behind the net to Aldridge, I think. Yep, Aldridge. Comes out front, Aldridge with a quick shot.
Nice acrobatic shot there, getting pushed and kind of fired it under, but unfortunately was wide on that.
Yeah, Wheatley passes up. Murphy lays it down low. Back up top to Wheatley. Wheatley over for Monroe. Monroe looking for a way in. Monroe, he's boxed out. And loose ball picked up by the D. And back out comes Allen.
Strong defense by the Rapids there, shoving him down to each player and then doubling when he's low. No opportunity to move the ball and creating a turnover.
Aldridge back up to Mason. Mason to Aldridge. Aldridge rolls up top. Being watched by the Wolves defense. Aldridge tries to slip in. Can't get arm free. Back up for number 11. That's Webster, I think. Shot! And a stick save by Aiden Doyle.
Doyle's looked sharp coming out of the dressing room. I thought he wasn't his best self in period 1, but he's come out very sharp. So it's a great sign for the Wolves.
Normando brings it into the Rapid zone for the Wolves. Back up top to McCarron. McCarron. Cross for McKay. McKay trying to slip in. Can't get the shot away. Return pass. Now we got 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Picked up by the Rapids.
Oh, Wolves are getting one here. 3-man triple team. Too many men. So a guy came out the backside. You can see they had 4 guys out on this side. Guy was sent out the back a little bit early. I think the Wolves were doing it because he was in the change box, but he's got to be in the motion of getting off. Another one of those undisciplined penalties that they're not going to be happy about after, and going a man down again, which the Rapids have been very strong on in this game in the man-up situation. I think they're actually 3 for 3.
So Mason starts off the Rapids on the 5-on-4 advantage. Back up to Moffitt. Moffitt up top to Mason. Mason cross to Aldridge. Back to Mason. Aldridge. Mason. Now they're in motion. Mason looking for a lane. Mason still with the ball. There's Puma trying to get it back from in. Back to Aldridge. Cross to Moffitt. Moffitt. Mason. Moffitt in tight. Low shot. And Doyle able to get the leg save.
Big save by Doyle there. Wasn't quite sure where it was, but great stop. So you can see the Rapids every time in the power play have a different setup. Really hard to key on one player that way.
Puma with the ball. That's over Santapria. As the Wolves look to kill off this penalty. Rapids leading 5-3. Santapria looking for a weight in front. Doesn't connect. And now the Rapids look to come back out of the zone. Number 99, that's Johnson.
I know they're screaming too many, but they did have the right number on there. You never know if you'll get a call.
Here we go, across to Mason, back to Mason. Mason, Aldridge. Aldridge, hard low shot. Doesn't make it through the crowd. Now shot by Moffitt. That's a save, and there'll be a reset the clock. Back up to Aldridge. Aldridge to Mason. Mason back down low. Back up to Mason. Aldridge over Bissett. Looking for Mason. Doesn't make the catch the handle. Moffat able to keep it in the zone. 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Moffat has look. Moffat low shot and save by Doyle. Had him looking. But the
Big stop there by Doyle.
picked up by Hall. Hall looking to catch Santavia on the move and bounces out and is saved by Fletcher.
Great hand eye there by Centropia, knocking that out of the air and being able to have a chance there on the Fletcher.
Aldridge with the box.
Back to 5-on-5.
Mason, a hard shot and saved by Doyle. As Hall comes up with it for the Mason. Back up with the ball. Cross for Bissett. Bissett fires and Doyle holds on.
A little bit of carelessness by the Wolves on that transition there. You got to go in hard to get those loose balls and just kind of laid back and let it come to him, and the Rapids picked it off. So I know the coach will want to see more effort than that.
All right, Normando for the Wolves down low. 15 seconds left in the shot clock. Back up top to McKay. McKay looking for shot in, saved by Fletcher. He'll take those all day from that far out, I imagine.
100%. We're looking for the rebound there, and the Wolves got to crash the net harder, but he'll take that shot all day.
That's Brooks, brings it over the line for the Rapids. Brooks looking for some options.
He's got Monroe caught on defense. If he's on Bissick, I'd go right at Bissick right now. Switched off, though. On Mason leading the score there, I would go right after him.
We're down to 4 seconds left. Mason fires that right on net. Good save, but Bissett resets the clock. Fresh 30 as the Rapids set up the offense. Bissett with the ball. Bissett cross for 11. Webster, he's knocked down. As Aldridge looks to get loose ball on the boards. Bissett trying to find a way in. Oh, it's 17. McCausland, sorry. Moffat gets the ball off the boards. Moffat, return pass, that's knocked away. Santapria gets it up to number 20. Heaslip for the Wolves. Holds up. Heaslip passes that one off to Hollett. Hollett up top to Wheatley. Wheatley with the ball. Wolves on the Wheatley. Long shot. I think that went off the post.
That went off the post. Made a loud ring in the building. Wheatley with a beautiful shot, but just got stopped by the post.
Wait, rolling out from the corner, having a look. Pass up top to Wheatley. Wheatley. Hollett off the bench. Hollett, quick shot and scores!
Wow, what a shot. What a shot. That was absolutely beautiful. Shot so hard that he actually fell over to shoot it, which makes it really hard for the goalie to read. Beat him on the short side. As I said, Fletcher's been going down. Got that bounce by the hand and able to beat him on the inside. Beautiful goal there. Little late roughing around there after the whistle, but absolutely beautiful. You're going to see it here coming in on Fletcher. As you can see, going down just at the knee area, making that bounce. Absolutely beautiful shot. Because he shot it so hard, Fletcher couldn't pick it up fast enough, and they are going to get a penalty after the whistle there on this one. So if you noticed after the goal, when Hallett was down, the defender checked him. And when your player's on the ground, you cannot touch them at all. Got a check in there, so he's going to get 2 minutes for a legal body check. And the ball will go back to the Wolves in the power play with the score 5-2. So an opportunity for two here real quick. I know that's what they're going to like.
So the Wolves on the power play. Rapids leading 5-4 as down low for Monroe. Back to McKay, up top for Wheatley. Wheatley cross over to Hollett. Hollett back down for McCarron. Back to Hollett, up top Wheatley. Wheatley looking for McCarron in tight. McCarron, low shot, scores! Matty McCarron!
I got nothing to say but wow. McCarron inside spins, back inside spins again, and shot around two defenders. There is no way Fletcher saw that ball at all. All he saw was it go in the back of the net and come out. Absolutely beautiful. If everybody wants to know what that's from McCarron being in the gym and being a big body with having two people on him and with his stick every day. Absolutely beautiful. He's been on fire all series and earned that goal, posting up, down low, and making sure it went in. Great job by McCarron and the Wolves. 2 goals in less than 30 seconds. They're fired up now, and it's 5-5.
It's 5-5, a whole new game with 12:48 remaining in the second period as Moffat and Hall have their battle at center. He comes out. Picked up by Puma and the Wolves. as Puma brings it out of his zone. Pass that up. Back to McCarron. McCarron sets up the offense coming out. McCarron being watched by 25. Cross for Wheatley. Wheatley gets a pick from Kennedy. Wheatley in tight shot, scores!
Wow, just the momentum has completely shifted with these last two games. You got Wheatley coming in the top, beating both defenders who just played the stick and no body. You cannot do that on Wheatley, who faked far side, went short side, top on Fletcher. As you can see him coming in there. Again, fake like he's going inside, went outside, and just buried it right over top of Fletcher. The Rapids need something to happen here, but the Wolves just rolling. That penalty right after the goal was huge. Now it's turned it into a 3-goal swing in under a minute. That's exactly what you want to do.
So here we go. Wolves in the lead for the first time in the game as Puma plays it back up top to McCarron. McCarron cross over to Wheatley as the offense gets set. McKay sets a pick. Wheatley across. Hull trying to get it back to McKay, but that's picked off. In comes Williams. No, who's got the ball? Here we go, 17. Goslin in, shot by Bissett. And that goes up and out of play.
They had a 3-on-2 there with the change that kind of threw everybody off and couldn't quite get it set up, unfortunately, for the Rapids on that one. But great stop by the Wolves to be able to turn it over.
Okay. Monroe plays it down to Waite for the Wolves. Offense back out now. Here we go. Kennedy over for Wheatley. Wheatley trying to find a way in. Kennedy setting picks. But the ball goes loose into the corner. Number 10, Casey, in after it, comes up with it for the Rapids. As Monroe chasing it back. Casey hands it off to the Rapids offense.
They've got Carter Monroe caught out there again as an offensive player.
As Colley in. Aldridge, short. There we go, coming back out to Santropia. Santropia looking for Monroe. Monroe in tight. Oh, long shots.
No
goal.
It off with the crease. One
the
too
crease.
many moves and unfortunately stepped forward, but Carter just kind of, as he was the guy caught on the defense, slipped up. Great opportunity there. Unfortunately, foot just stepped in the crease. I might get a replay later to see that, but the referee was right there to see that. I think it was just one too many moves.
Score remains 6-5. Sackville leading as the Rapids are on the offense here. Here's Aldridge. I think he's got 3 already. In tight shot, and that's just out. And out of
Earlier
play.
you called Fletcher acrobatic. I got to say the same for Aldridge. He is just like moving and shifting his body in spaces to get openings. He has been, I'd say, the best player on the Rapids on the offensive side tonight. He's been unbelievable.
Yeah, it's for sure. Hull with the ball now for Sackville. Back up. Over for McKay. McKay trying to get in. He's double teamed. McKay rolls to the outside. McKay in with the shot. Saved by Fletcher. He got an arm across for that one. And Fletcher air miles it down the.
There you go. A little rough stuff down low. So Rapids player took the Wolves player and just pushed him right into the net. Obviously the Rapids had the ball. It's minor interference going back the other way. Could have called the penalty, but I think the minor interference was the right call there. We got 2 balls out here. That's what they're blowing it down for. No, it's under 10 minutes, so we got the media break. This has been the run of the Wolves. The last minute there, making some moves. Could have been 4 if Monroe's wasn't in the crease, but obviously a beautiful one there. I just want to point out one thing for the people who are watching. There was twice you saw the Rapids. Mason and McCaskin took 2 shots from the outside. Just as the 30 was going, what they shot at was not to score. They shot at the goalie's legs, which causes a long rebound, goes to the boards, and they picked it up and got that. A lot of young players tried to shoot to score that. Unlikely you're going to score from there, a low percentage shot. But if you shoot at the leg pads, it's going to come out far, and then you get a reset. And as you're a young player, usually you do offense, defense off, get to stay on longer. Just shoot at those pads and get that reset. So great job by the Rapids. They do the little things well. But you got some sponsors. Let's hear who's helping us this period.
And that's it. And I hope everybody's enjoying this from home. But it wouldn't be possible without our sponsors, which I believe is Next Level U Recruiting. Is the sponsor for the second period. As we get set to, the goalies have had a water break. No water for the goalies as they're doing that. So as we're ready to go here, we're back in action. The Wolves with the ball. Passed on low for Waite. Waite rolls back up top, cross for Wheatley. Wheatley looking for a way in. Wheatley pass across to St. Hilaire. St. Hilaire rolling off a check. St. Hilaire back to Wheatley. Wheatley looking for at the corner for Waite, and that just doesn't connect. Loose ball comes all the way down as Williams will be the first one there for the Rapids to collect it. Williams hands it off to Mason, to Aldridge. Aldridge and the Rapids set up the... Now for Bissett. There's a goal there by Bissett.
Riley Bissett coming right over the top. I don't think hiding his stick behind him, and I don't think Doyle saw him even shoot it. And he's a very accurate shooter. Had the most goals in the league this year. Coming over the screen, took that shot. He can rifle it with a quick release and beat Doyle over the top far side shoulder. Just wasn't expecting that shot coming. And when you got to make sure you're cutting off the inside on Bissett. If you let him in the middle of the floor, he's going to score. But if you let him on the outside, he's got that face dodge where he comes across. So he's dangerous both ways, which makes it hard for defenders. You often need a double team with him.
Here we are, 6-6. That's a loose ball, but Rapids send it right back down the floor. That's a Bissett again. Hands it off to Mason. Mason, Bissett. Bissett at the corner. Trying to get around Sarntapia, but we got a penalty coming here.
So right in the middle of the floor, Cooper Puma is the best defender in the league, as was just awarded, and he's annoying is why he's one of the best defenders in the league. And so he started going on the Rapids player who fell over, and then Cooper kind of stepped over him, and the Rapid player didn't like that. So when he got up, he started drilling him and just cross-checked him without the ball and got him a little high, and the referee said none of that today. So, but that's what, when you're a top defender, that's what you do. If someone says as a defender you're annoying, you're doing your job. So, and Cooper Puma is the best defender in the league, hands down.
So here we go. It's a 5-on-4 advantage for the Wolves. 6-6 is the score. McCarron lays it down low. Hollett to McCarron. Up top to Wheatley. Wheatley behind the back pass shot, and that's deflected wide. Loose ball picked up by Hollett. 8 seconds remains. Shot and a save by
Nice
Fletcher.
east to west pass there. Great opportunity. I think this is the Wolves' first power play. That was some good movement.
Rapids in tight shot. And 25 slips in.
That was just Ben O'Coin. That's his second one
I
tonight.
think it's the second one that hit on the D
just,
there.
I'd say on that one, the Wolves just backed off and, expecting him to kill the clock. Saw space. He took it. And his wrong side made that shot, which is hard to read on the run, and buried it behind Doyle on that one. I think the Wolves kind of said, he's going to be all right, and that's not what happened. And buried it, and they're back in the lead again. Wolves are still on a power play, but shorthanded marker from the Rapids.
Yeah, shorthanded goal by Elkhorn puts the Rapids up 7-6. As 8 minutes remaining in the second period, as Wheatley and the Wolves with a minute 12 left in the power play. McCarron back up top to Wheatley. Wheatley. McKay over to Kennedy, but pass got by Hollett, and back out come as McCausland sends that across. Aldridge coming in. Aldridge in tight shot. Bouncing ball. And coming through, and Doyle checked him hard coming through the crease. Does anybody know where the ball is?
It's not in the net. That's the most important part. It went over. But Aldridge came in. I don't think he was trying to run Doyle. I think he was trying to get out of the way. But Doyle's had a couple close calls in the playoffs where someone was close to him and got run over in one of the games. And he's just he's not going to deal with it when someone comes at him. But obviously they're saying referees see it as he didn't get out of the way, so they're calling 2 minutes for interference. But they're also going to give the goalie a 2 minutes for rough. So we're going to go, it would be 4-on-3 because there is still a penalty here. But what happened there was right in, so they're calling goaltender interference on Aldridge as the first, and then also they're giving Doyle a 2 minutes for the rough after he went right up to him and gave him a shove, trying to send a message that my crease is not a place you can go into, and sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you'll take that 2 minutes for that from that perspective. Puma's going to go talk to the official about it. It's like Carter Monroe's going to go to the box for the goalie. He's arguing why they don't have the ball, but it was with the Rapids at the end, I think.
So here you go, Bissett hammers a shot, and Doyle makes the save. Loose ball picked up by Mont, and
I should say that went back to the Rapids because the shot went out of bounds off the post. So they said it was a illegal shot and out of bounds.
Hello, the McCarron cross for McCann. He buries it on the one-timer.
Wow, that absolutely beautiful by McKay, but McCarron just absolutely looking across. They've been having that opportunity all game and haven't connected. But McKay with a beautiful catch and fire. There's all Fletcher can do is dive right across, unable to get there in time. But an absolutely beautiful goal by McKay. He's had so many opportunities tonight, hasn't got one. I felt like one was coming at some point, so I'm really happy he got one because he's been really kind of itching for one, but it just hasn't gone in, but he had that beautiful opportunity. McCarron's been feeding everybody tonight. I think he's got a goal, but he's also probably got 3 assists to go along with that and really running the offense. So just to know, we're back to 4-on-4. The penalty's over, but the 2 guys from the incident are still in there.
So here we go. This Puma brings it out. Up to McCarron. McCarron setting up the offense. Tries to hit ball trick. Doesn't work as Hollett gets it across to Wheatley. Wheatley tries to roll in. Wheatley hammers a shot, saved by Fletcher. McKay picks up the rebound. McKay pass across to Hollett. Hollett down low to McCarron. McCarron looking for a lane in, gets a pick from Hollett, but McCarron runs into a wall. Hollett and shot, and that's deflected wide. As Fletcher gets a save on that one.
Note, all set up again by McCarron. Got a double there, flipped it down to Hollett. He is just running the offense right now.
Here we go, Wheatley rolling out from the corner. Crap top to Hollett. Hollett looking for a lane. Hollett comes across, low shot. Big save by Fletcher. And McKay looking for another one. Off the crossbar.
Hollett with a beautiful back and forth, beautiful shot, and then McKay with a great rebound. It was bouncing, just wasn't quite bouncing in the net, but a great opportunity by the Wolves in that 4-on-4. Well done.
Okay, McCausland with the ball. Or that's Mason, sorry. Mason over for Aldridge. Aldridge lines up, fires, save, and Bissett got the rebound, but
Aldridge with a beautiful shot. Doyle with a beautiful save. Bissett had that right in front, and it just rolled out of his stick as he was bringing it up. I should say, the offensive player of the year, it happens to all of us every once in a while. So it does happen. I know you don't want to give him that opportunity all game, or he'll definitely bury it. But
gets one up and over the shoulder and in the back of the net.
That was all St. Hilaire. The offense had shifted, so they were away from him. Streak down the side using his size and keeping the stick away. And what the weakness on Fletcher they've been talking about is over the top. So you can see him just muscle himself in, put it over top. Was right on Alcoyne. And I think that kind of sending a message because Alcoyne's had 2. So Finn's got his second and wanted to make sure. But bigger player on a smaller player able to kind of muscle himself in there. I got to say, this has been Finn's best game in the playoffs that I've seen. He hasn't been as loud in any of the other games, but in this one, he's really been active and really adding to the Wolves' offense.
All right. Wolves retake the lead 8-7 as McCarron lays it down low to Waite. Waite up to Wheatley. Wheatley cross to McKay. McKay looking for a lane in. Pass St. Hilaire over to Waite. Waite turns, fires. Saved by Fletcher. Loose ball as Kennedy loses his twig, but picked up by Wheatley. Wheatley pass back up top to Hilaire. St. Hilaire can't find a lane in. St. Hilaire down low to McCarron. McCarron back up top to Kennedy. Over to Wheatley. Wheatley now looking for a lane. Wheatley turns, fires. That high, and that's out of play.
Great job by the Rapids defense. They did not allow anything there. Everything was on the outside, which is why Wheatley just had to take that shot. So great job by the defense holding strong for a full minute there.
Rapids back on the offense now. Pass across. Picked up by number 4. That's McIntyre. Shot saved by Doyle. A battle for the loose ball. Picked up by Puma, but nice. Behind the back. Santropia coming in hard. Santropia shot off the crossbar.
I don't know if Puma saw him or not, but that was absolutely beautiful. Santopia just kept going, found that space, He's going to get a shot and going to get the ball back as they picked it up, so the offense gets to reset. Defender came out at the last second, made a nice little poke. I'm not sure who that was, but great job to distract it a little bit. But Puma and Santa Pia, wow.
McKay over to Monroe. Monroe puts the shot in. That gets a save by Fletcher there. As Hollett had to dive out under that hit.
Yeah, I didn't like that, but the offensive player from the Wolves, Hallett, was going down, and so it looked higher than it actually was on the shot. So that's why there was no call there. But didn't have the ball, so possession for sure.
Here we go. McKay rolls up top. McKay fires. Saved by Fletcher. Loose ball and
Call an interference.
good job
there
by the Rapids.
Yeah,
Putting them in
great
the crease.
shot, great save. Monroe coming in for the rebound, and one of the Rapids defenders, 99, gave him, I think it's Ryan Johnson, gave him a push on the back, and so that's interference. Doesn't have the ball. This is going to be their third opportunity. This is tough on the Rapids defense. They got to stand tall here.
Hey, Hollett with the ball for the Wolves. Cross up top for Wheatley. Wheatley looking for a way in. Monroe with the pick. Down low for Hollett. Hollett looking for a lane. Hollett across the top. Turns, fires. That goes wide.
Hollett with a beautiful pick off by Ryan Johnson's pass there. The Rapids defense have been caught. This is their fourth shift in a row. They've been out there for about 2 minutes, and the Wolves have got to change.
Now Waite comes on. Picks up the ball. Back up top to Wheatley. Wheatley down low to Monroe. Monroe in with the shot, and a save by Fletcher, and he'll hold on in the crease.
And got him right in front. Got tied up there, gave a little shot, and I believe he got him in the head. So the third official on the one side saw that, made the call there, no question. So the Wolves are going back to the power play. I think a lot of that was just being out there for 2.5 minutes. That's a long shift. You get tired, you give it a little extra shot, a little higher, your arms don't go down, and that's what happens. Looks like the bench wants a timeout here, I think.
So the Wolves on the power play.
Yeah, the bench has been calling for one. They didn't see it. I don't know if they're going to reset the clock or not, but calling for the timeout there. So they're going to drop a play, realizing how big this is. So excellent job there on that offense by the Wolves. Rapids actually defense, you got to give them credit, holding for 230. Disappointed about the penalty there. I would say I didn't overly love the Monroe shot. There were still 12 seconds left. The defense who's tired, I would want you to get in a little closer, knowing it's been that long out there. Obviously, it draws the penalty, so they're going to really want this to drop the play. With 2:24 to go in the second period, 8-7. Wolves bench realizing they have a timeout they can burn in the second period, and how key this moment is right now to be able to bury one in the back of the net and take a 2-goal lead. I think almost everything's been a 1-goal lead other than the start, so it's been back and forth, wanting to get that 2-goal lead. The coaches call timeout so they can draw something out. I can see it was offensive coach Mitch Broussard had made that call there to try to make sure that he could drop what he needed to.
And here we are. It's shots are 34-28 for the Wolves, and as you said, the score is 8-7. Wolves leading, and on the 5-on-4.
They're having a conversation here, and I think the conversation was about was there going to be 26 seconds on the shot clock, which it looks like there is, because the Wolves were actually calling for it at 30, but no one saw it. So they're going to run it down to 26, I believe is when the timeout was. So, yeah, they're running it down now, so he'll blow it in around 26.
Here we go. Hollett with the ball, off to McCarron. McCarron down low to St. Hilaire. McCarron up top to Hollett, across to Wheatley, back to Hollett, back to Wheatley. Wheatley at the corner, looking for the one-timer and didn't quite make it. And now the Rapids up with the ball, out they come.
That was Finn St. Hilaire on the crease, who's had a great game. I know everybody's wondering why he jumped out of the way when the ball was there. He stepped in the crease, so it would have been like a crease violation. So that's why he let the other player pick it up. Hopefully they could get a chance. They didn't, but still the right move by St. Hilaire.
Oh, good job. I like seeing some lacrosse IQ, especially explained. Thanks, Brandon. As Bissett looking to kill off time on this penalty. A few seconds left, and that should about do it for the shot clock as the Wolves will pick up the ball. And a little too lazy on the pickup, and the
a little too lazy. I got to be honest, I'm not sure I like that call. Like, Wheatley was going for the ball. If someone's going for it, I like to let them have it picked up. I know the one Wolves player came away, but Wheatley was going, and I thought the Rapids player was a little close. Got a little bit of luck of it going back over because he couldn't pick it up, but didn't overly love that call, I have to say.
Okay, Wheatley back up to Hollett. Hollett across to Wheatley. Back to Hollett. Hollett looking. Hollett, low shot. That's goes wide. Hollett picks it back up again. Cross. Finn Hilaire Same play again.
I think that goes in off the Rapids defender because they're all going to the McKay at the top. So I think that shot hits the Rapids defender in front. You can see him immediately grab his head. So I think he got a deflection in the back of the net, which is unfortunate. Yep. Number 17 there reached his stick back. You'll see it better here. He's playing the low. Watch, trying to take that. Tries to take it away. Goes right in his stick and just falls right in. You know, he's playing tough defense. You know, it's one of those things that happen. You can't blame the defender on that. And falls in the back of the net. St. Hilaire's been a force, and they've been watching that cross geese. It's one of those unfortunate things on the Rapids, but the Wolves take the 2-goal lead, and the timeout pays off. I don't think that's how he drew it up, but still.
Wolves goal scored by number 13, Jack McKay. Assist by number 5, Josh Hall. Number 23, Ty Wheatley at 1:04 remaining.
Webster with the ball for the Rapids. Bissett looking for Webster, and couldn't pull the trigger on the one-timer as Sanchapia takes him into the boards. Battle for the loose ball down low. The last couple of seconds in the shot clock. And that'll be Wolves' ball. Via passes that up to Wheatley as players bump along the boards here, coming back down the floor. Wheatley
Trying to take
rolls
any
through a
advantage they
check.
can. If they can get him to slow down a bit, it'd help.
Wheatley working against Johnson. Can't find a way in. Wheatley back up top to Monroe. Monroe fires a shot, saved by Fletcher. And behind the back shot that deflects, and that will be it.
That's the period the Wolves have been looking for. They were a little sluggish in the first. We're down coming out of it, but ending the second with the lead. Shots are 36-29 for the Wolves. Scores 9-7 for the Wolves. Excellent period for them. They really brought in a lot of heart in that one. Not a bad period for the Rapids, but the Wolves took that extra step and it showed off. Just want to say I was watching the replay on Monroe's no goal there on the crease, and I do believe that the referee was right. As Curter went back and forth, when he made his final move across, his foot slid across, and he just scraped the front of the net. We don't have that overhead camera, but from what I saw, with the great angles they have here at Maritime Profile, it was the correct call as being a crease. It was right there. So great period for the Wolves. Very happy with that. We still got, this is going to be a hard 20 minutes here. Both sides are going to come out really hard in this one, but been excellent action. Excellent action.
Well, let's say don't go too far. We'll be back in about 9 minutes. Will be the start of the third period of this, and we'll see who, after this game, who will be in a must-win situation come 1 o'clock tomorrow. But with that, don't go too far. Stay out of the woods, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes. We'll see you then, everybody.
Morning, Sam.
Hey, Mom.
Are you done?
Yeah, I just finished practice.
Your showcase has been cancelled.
They canceled it? But how will they see me play? About this.
And welcome back, everybody, as we're getting set here for the third period of this ECJLL Game 3 of the finals. Best of 5, as we'll see who's going to have the game in hand and who's going to be do or die come tomorrow. My name's Larry McVicker. Larry Cherry, as the kids call me, doing your play-by-play. And here for the color is Brendan Smithson. Thanks, Brendan, for helping us out again here today.
No problem, Larry. All we know is we got 20 minutes to go until, we're not going to say the end of the game because I had a few that have gone longer in this building. No Garnet Knight trophies coming out tonight, but someone's going to be one game away after tonight. That's all we know right now. Excited for this third period.
Well, here we go. Wolves are up 9-7. Those are Green Sleeves Bars looking for the Rapids to come back here in this third period. And here we go. I want to say thanks, everyone, for watching, as I hope you're having as much fun watching as we have bringing it up to you. Oh, there's a missed pass there as Mont hustling in. Really hard, and that'll be a Wolves possession.
It was a great hustle by Mont there. Is one player that's kind of been quiet tonight. We haven't called his name a lot, but he does the little things. That's what you love about him. You don't have to call his name, and he still had a great game.
Well, it's kind of tough for me there. I'm just trying to follow the ball in numbers. I don't get the – I do apologize. The defense is doing a great job. They don't get the credit
they are.
They deserve from the play-by-play guy. Hard shot there by St. Hilaire. Turned aside. Back up
great
with St.
Hilaire to get that rebound as well.
Hall
Second chance.
To Wheatley. Wheatley. Down for McKay. McKay. Up top for Hollett. Hollett looking for a lane. Hollett fires. That's deflected. Loose ball. And up with it's the Rapids. There's number 4 able to squeak free. That's McIntyre.
I'll say, Larry, you said you haven't been talking about the defense too much. It's because the defense on both sides is playing like a unit, and that's amazing. And that both sides are playing unbelievable defense tonight. We got a delayed penalty coming on the Wolves. I think they're calling too many men on the Rapids, but they got the net out, so it's 6-on-5.
Here we go. Mason, Bissett, fires! Saved by Doyle. Loose ball. As Moffat able to get, Scaplin was able to get control of that. Loose ball again, Bissett up with it. Bissett turns, fires. Doyle makes the save and controls.
Waiting for the call here, yep. Too many men. Oh no, calling cross check, sorry. I didn't see it. Obviously it was along the boards there. Got somebody on the back area there. It was Wheatley. Wheatley is definitely not happy about it because they had a conversation on the way to the box. But referee Scott McMullen saw that along the bench, and here's an opportunity for the Rapids coming right out. Little excitement, I think, by Wheatley. Got a little aggressive, and now the Rapids back to the power play.
And Moffat plays it down low in the corner. Back up to Mason. Cross to Aldridge. Aldridge to Mason. To Aldridge. Mason. Aldridge. Now in motion. Aldridge looking for a lane. Find Mason on the doorstep. That's turned aside by Doyle.
What a save by Doyle. Sliding right across, making that big stop. That's a huge save right there.
Moffat. Aldridge up top to Mason. To Aldridge. Aldridge fires. No. That was a good fake shot. Here we go. Shot by Mason.
Best fake of the day. Got you going, Larry.
Yeah.
I thought he shot it too.
Doesn't take much to fool me.
It was a great fake shot. I would have liked him to move the ball a little faster after, but just showing their stick skills.
Quick turnover there is Aldridge. That's a great save as he was going far side. Back up. Shot by Bissett. Turned aside. Back up to Moffat. Moffat plays it up to Mason. Mason over to Aldridge. Cross to Moffat. To Mason. Down low. Back to Moffat. Back to Mason. Moffat in motion now. As looking around. Back to Aldridge. Winds up. Fires. Oh.
Wow. He got Doyle going the wrong way. He thought he was going to the outside. Doyle made about 6 amazing saves to keep the score where it was. And Aldridge, I think that's his 4th tonight.
I think that's the number 4 for Aldridge.
Doyle thought he was going to the far side and came to the inside and absolutely put it in top corner. Beautiful shot by Aldridge. Not quite read right. Doyle has a piece of tape loose on his pad, so he's coming to get it redone on the side. As you can see here, Doyle moves the far side, and they put it buried on the short side. So Aldridge has an amazing shot, and he's just been wailing it tonight. I got to say their best player on the offensive side has been Aldridge, and taking advantage of those odd man situations, which is what you need. They have Bissick and Mason, who are kind of their big goal scorers. If you only have those two people that can tee on them, you need that third guy, and Aldridge has been that guy tonight. So exactly what they need. I guess I shouldn't say tonight. It's only like 4:30, so but it's getting there. It's getting there. So
It's getting there.
You were saying
for
before
an old guy like me, it's night.
nighttime.
Right, you know?
You were saying before we went off the air, don't go in the woods, but I feel like McCarron's been in the woods in front all night with the defenders on him, but he's doing great. Now we got Fletcher on the other side getting some tape done on his.
And some tape. So as the goalies get the equipment set, they're heading back. Fletcher heading back to the office between the pipes, and here we go. We're going to start off.
As an official, that's the most annoying thing when one goalie goes, the other one waits about 10 seconds, and then he goes. You couldn't go at the same time, but it is what it is. They're playing a little chess here, so it's a long series.
All right, Rapids now within one. As McCarron looking for that loose ball.
McCarron put his stick right up his back, I guess.
I was going to say.
Right up.
The ball still loose as Williams looking to come up with it, and he does for the Rapids. Williams plays it back up to Mason as players collide into the boards there. Mason with the ball, waits, sets up the offense. Cross to Aldridge. Aldridge looking for options. Back across for Webster to Mason. Mason, low shot, fires that in, stick save by Doyle.
Number 23 from the Rapids, I think, took a shot on the knee. Was down there as we were transitioning, but he did get up and go to the bench. It looks like he's back up, so that's a good sign. Centipia has come off, but looks okay on the bench, so that's a great sign, too.
All right. Bissett with the ball for the Rapids. Up top to Mason. Mason rolls off. There's Normando watching him. Mason goes back across.
Yep, right in the So Alex Hall was right in the middle with Aldridge, both kind of giving each other the business. And then Aldridge turned with his far hand and checked him by punching him right in the face. And so the third official saw that very clear. The official had the same angle I did, and he literally just gave him a whack right in the face. And Alex Hall is known for kind of drawing those. Really aggressive defender and takes those shots. I think Coach Burgess is not going to be happy about that. Aldridge, I think, is talking to the bench right now saying, he did this to me, but I'm sure the Rapids would rather him just be out of the box right now.
I think the Wolves are happy to be on the power play, maybe happier that Aldridge is in the box for 2 minutes.
4 goals I would be too.
Wheatley to McCarron. Wheatley in with the shot, and that's steered aside. McKay. Some athletics from McKay, keeping that one in half. The shot, that's off the post. And
back in there. Great job by, I think that's been Rowe down low, pressure in to force the defender back in and turn the ball back over.
So
McKay there, that was like Michael Jordan height
that
there
was,
on that one.
Some athletics there. Here we go. Connor. Wheatley over to McCarron. Down low to Hollett. Hollett back up to McCarron. McCarron puts it across for Monroe. Monroe, low shot. Looking to go 5-hole, doesn't find it. That's Fletcher. Now, coming out of the zone are the Rapids. Minute left in the Wolves power play as Bissett takes it wide to the boards. Bissett being watched by 2. Cross for Moffat. Moffat hammers the shot in, and Doyle, he'll control that.
So just right there for young kids, what I was talking about earlier, so that shot from outside was just to get a reset, and it hit his belly pad, which means he holds it. Now the Wolves had it. If he hits his leg pad, it comes out in the corner, and they have a chance to recover. That's the difference between getting more time killed and just taking a shot that doesn't go anywhere.
Hollett hands off back to Hollett. Over to Wheatley. Hollett to Wheatley. Hollett fires one in, and that sounded like a hit metal, but Fletcher keeps the ball out of the net.
Hollett did a great job of shooting around the screen. I think it hit a defender and popped right into McCarron right in the middle and had a chance. But Fletcher, I mean, he's an athletic goalie, as you said from the start, acrobatic, and made another nice save.
Okay. Now Mason with the ball for the Rapids. Mason has across to McCausland. McCausland trying to get inside on Puma. McCausland in with a shot, and that's turned aside by Doyle.
And we're back to 5-on-5 there.
He slipped. Bringing it out, Heaslip. Rolls off a hit from Bissett. As Heaslip finds himself in trouble, able to get that off to Normando.
Great
Back
job
over to
by
Monroe.
Heaslip. Great job to save that right there by Heaslip. Awesome job.
To Wheatley, to Monroe. Monroe is Candy looking to get a pick. Monroe off the
Right
iron.
off the
and
bar,
out of-
beautiful shot. Monroe hasn't had his game tonight, like as we saw in Game 5 where he buried 5, but I think that shot might have brought it back in, so we'll see if he can get going after that.
Normando off to Wait back up to Wheatley. Wheatley to Monroe. Monroe in with a hard shot, and Fletcher turns that one aside. Monroe picks it up. Monroe coming out front.
I don't know how Fletcher got that, but that was beautiful by Monroe. Hard outside shot that he has, in tight, one-handed around, and Fletcher just threw his stick up, and I guess it hit it on the way, but great play by Monroe and Fletcher on that. That was just a beautiful, beautiful play. I'd love to see a replay on that later.
Moffat gets it off to Aldridge, who's out of the box now. Aldridge up against Santavia. Aldridge in tight. Aldridge shot. Saved by Doyle. Bissett takes Santapia to the board. Santapia gets free. Yeah, Santapia plays it back up top to McKay. McKay back to Santapia. Santapia looking for options. Being kept out there in the corner. Chopped away. Loose ball. That's picked up by the Rapids D. It's 23. Siding brings it into the zone. Hands that off to Mason. Mason up top to McCausland. McCausland finds Aldridge on the side. Aldridge turns, fires. And big save by Doyle.
Aldridge has that big jump shot where he hides the ball behind him as he goes up. It's hard for the goalies to read. Something to watch here. I think he's going back out, but Finn Hilaire slipped as he was coming off to the bench. Seemed to be all right and get up, but you heard a lot of noise here. That was him slipping. No one touched him. I think he just got caught of the little slippery floor, but he seems to be up, so that's a good sign.
Hey, Monroe trying to slip behind the back pass to Wheatley. Wheatley across that. Wait! And another big save by Fletcher.
Beautiful ball movement by the Wolves. I know it didn't go in, but that's what you want to see, that ball movement. That was absolutely beautiful between all three of them. Great opportunity. Fletcher just up to the task as he's been a lot tonight.
Moffat with the ball for the Rapids. Moffat comes loose, and here we go. Down the floor is Normando. Normando coming in. Normando looking 5-0 and denied by Fletcher.
Normando's got some wheels. Tried to make that shot where he would, thinking he was going high, went for the middle, but it wasn't there.
Webster trying to split the D, and the shot goes up and over. But
there's a right in the middle.
Smart play by Moffat.
Yeah, the Rapids come down, takes a shot. Doyle has been frustrated with people going in his crease. Came out and gave him a shot because he went through the crease while the ball was gone, which is fine. It went right to Moffat in front, and no one was standing in that net at all, and just put it in the back of the net. One of the easiest goals he'll had. So as you can see here, Doyle's frustrated and gives him the stare down, and then the ball goes back in the middle, and he's not back in the net there. And we're tied at 9 with 10:46 to go after that one from Moffat. Great goal by Moffat, recognizing the situation.
Oh boy, here we go. Challenge for the loose ball. Picked up by Johnson for the Rapids. He plays that up. It's Aldridge. Picks that up, Aldridge. Forced to the outside by 21. Coming across is Webster. But Bissett with the ball now. Back over to Mason. Mason rolls up top. Mason being watched by Puma. Mason trying to come in with the shot. And Doyle makes the save. That's off to Santapia. Now Murphy hands it out as the Wolves start out on the offense again. Wheatley.
See St. Hilaire back out on the floor. It's a good sign.
Wheatley. Low shot, and that's just wide. They'll come back over and out of play.
And there's our media timeout. He's just missing that post on the far side. I think most of the time he gets a piece of it. So he's definitely seeing something there. He just can't quite get the inside turn. But turn it over to you, Larry, for some sponsors.
Yeah, well, it's like, thanks everybody for watching, and special thanks to Maritime Athletic Profiles for what a great job they do in the streaming, the multiple camera angles. Makes me look good, and that's no easy task at all. But that can't be done without our streaming sponsors. Seafort Capital, thank you for making this possible, and making it possible for those at home and those in St. John to be able to sit back, maybe have a beverage if you're at the Green Sleeve Bar or wherever you are, but on this warm, sunny day. But as always, I'd like to thank you for watching. I hope you're having as much fun watching this as we have bringing it to you as Seafort Capital and Maritime Athletic Profiles. What a great job these guys have done. Check them out on YouTube because it's not just ECJLL. I think there's more coming up. Lacrosse action with the Nationals being hosted here in Halifax.
Yeah, we got a full week of Nationals here from Monday to Friday. So best teams from across the country in U13, U15, and U22 female. So a lot of exciting things. And then on the road, our team is going to the Founders Cup this year, which is in Calgary. So that's the following week. This week the girls are in St. John for the Canada Games. And then next week the male team goes. So great to see all our teams across the country this week in the next 2 weeks.
Shot in by Bissett, and that's turned aside by Doyle. 9-9's the score.
Larry, somebody once told me that lacrosse is over once you get to August in Nova Scotia, but that seems to be untrue now.
I remember when it used to be over Canada Day. That's like, here we go, Wheatley. Back across. Gets to Normando. Low shot in by McKay. And a big save there by Fletcher if that got through to him. Normando up with the loose ball. Fresh 30 on the clock as McCarron comes out from the corner. McCarron cross for Wheatley. Wheatley up top. Being watched by Williams to Monroe. Monroe looking for a shot. Can't find one. Monroe. Lots of dancing. There's the slow shot. Scores!
You called it, Larry. Lots of dancing. Exactly what he was doing. But he went in around his defender and backed up. And as he was backing, he fired it. And I don't think Fletcher expected it. He went down, but it snuck right over the pad. Or it might have even been under. Yep, right over the pad there as he was going down the side. Monroe has a laser. He's had so many posts tonight, just wide. He needed that one for the confidence, so I think he's going to be feeling good after that. Big goal there, gives the 10-9 lead, which you need. You can see both teams are being a bit more risk-averse now as we're getting closer to the end. But the Wolves will be happy to be up by one. Great goal by Monroe as they win the face-off and take it in by Wheatley.
Here we go, Wheatley with the ball, driving towards the net. Being turned aside. Wheatley plays it back up top to St. Hilaire. St. Hilaire. Challenged. St. Hilaire takes around in behind the net. Pass back up, finding Wheatley. Wheatley hammers the shot, and that's blocked in front as Candy comes in with the shot. That bounces up and over the net, but they reset the clock there. And that went out of play, so it'll be.
I don't know if the Wolves saw the reset there because there's an opportunity to pull that out and reset, but either way, they're going to go back out and get the defense out there. Again, risk averse. I think people are trying to make sure they don't do anything too crazy in these last 10 minutes.
Aldridge pass that down low for Mason. Mason tries to roll off a check. Mason up to Bissett. Bissett fires a shot. Doyle, big save as Santapia looking, finds Mont. Mont coming in. Mont in tight, shot. And he hammers the iron.
So beautiful job, Santapia. Shot on Doyle, great save. Picks up the rebound. Mont is gone, just completely gone. Fires it up. They were so far ahead that actually Monroe came out beside him on the offensive side, but Mont took it in, nailed the post. The Rapids changed too early to try to catch him and are going to get too many men. The Wolves are asking about a penalty shot, but I personally, I'd rather take the 2 minutes of power play when you're in a 10-9 game. But this situation they're saying wasn't a breakaway. It probably was in a situation that I wouldn't have called a penalty shot here. So the Wolves are going to be in a power play for another 2 minutes in terms of this. So watch the Rapids being aggressive on the short man. They know they need a goal, and so they've had a few of them already.
All right, here we go. McKay plays it down low for Monroe. Monroe back up corner for McKay. McKay cross corner for Hollett. Hollett being challenged. Hollett, his shot deflects wide. McKay up to Wheatley. Wheatley back to McKay. McKay at the corner shot, looking for a far corner, and Fletcher took that away.
Just in case anybody's wondering, they're looking for McCarron on the far side, so they're trying to work it on the left side and hit McLaren for that one-timer. The Rapids are just covering it off pretty well, so they're having to adjust what they're doing, but that is the look they're looking for.
All right. Webster with the ball, being watched by Puma. That one's knocked free by Puma. Picked up by number 9. There's Lacrosse. We'll hand that off to McKay. It's a minute left in the power play. The Wolves have the ball.
Puma's got one of those sticks. Touches you and the ball pops out. Just every time. That's why he's the top defender in the league.
Back to McCarron. To Wheatley. To McCarron. McCarron rolls off it. Chop free. Loose ball in front of the crease. That's off to the corner. Is Monroe at? No. That's shot clock will expire. And the Rapids up with the possession. McCausland. Off quickly to Mason. Mason. So shoot. He'll hold up. There's 30 seconds remain in the power play. But,
Wolves got to be careful there. There is an opportunity for the Rapids to transition because 3 guys got caught low. And in this kind of game, you got to make sure you get back and cover your own end, especially with this kind of a transition team.
Cross to McCausland. McCausland looking for Aldridge in tight. Bissett comes up with it. Bissett turns, fires, finds the back of the net on the move.
Bissett can score. Again, a bit of a broken play where the ball's bouncing around. It goes into Bissett, comes around the top of the defender, which is hard to do. Aldridge Creighton, a shove down, and he shoots. As you see, has such twist in his body. His shoulders go way back, and he comes over. It's hard for Doyle to pick it up, and he bounced that one in. Beautiful goal there. Yep. Oh, sorry. His top corner on the inside. He's been going to the far side a lot, so I think Doyle was a little surprised with the inside move. But again, a broken play that they just keep on. Another shorthanded goal for the Rapids.
And here we are, back 10-10. As the final seconds tick off on the Wolves power play. As we're back to 5-on-5 right now. Wheatley walks out from the boards. Wheatley rolls off a hit. Back up top to Monroe, but that's a misfire.
Going to go over and back here if the Rapids don't touch it. They're going to play it, so they're going to reset
Alcorn comes up with it to Bissett. Bissett over to Mason. As Mason being challenged by Heaslip. Mason looking for the return to Aldridge. Aldridge able to pick that one up off the bounce. Aldridge trying to find a way in, pushed to the outside by Mont. As time ticks down on the shot clock, 5 seconds. As a nice steal by Santa Pia as they're looking for McCausland on the doorstep.
Great steal by him because he was standing there and he was open. But Santa Pia read it perfectly, and then great clear up to Mason McNeil.
McKay up to Wheatley. Wheatley to Monroe. Monroe across to St. Hilaire. St. Hilaire having a look. St. Hilaire trying to get the return to McCarron, but he's all tied up. Now working the loose ball.
Great job for the Rapids getting on Hilaire's hands, so he couldn't get a full shot there.
And McCarron up with the ball, fresh 30 on the clock. As McCarron flips it over to Kennedy. Kennedy to Wheatley. Wheatley plays it down low to Monroe. Trying to find McCarron and just doesn't connect.
I don't know how you miss McCarron. He's a big body. It's not someone that's easy to miss. But, again, snuck behind the defense and no one saw him and had a chance there. A little high, though, on the pass.
Loose ball picked up by Puma. Up to Lacrosse to Puma. We'll bring that up over center.
4 minutes to go in this one, Larry. 10-10.
All right, McKay coming in for the Wolves. McKay can't find a lane. Backed up to Wheatley. Wheatley now up top. Rolls off. McKay gets a little bit of a pick on him. Wheatley in with a shot. And Fletcher dives and keeps it out.
Oh, so beautiful shot here. It's rolling back behind Fletcher. He rolls back, moves the net. The defender comes in and tries to stop it, but I can't. I'd have to see the replay. But I'm pretty sure that his hand touched the ball in the crease, which is an automatic penalty shot. So it did not go in, but as he was laying his stick there, we're going to see it from
defender's hand, or
the defender. If the defender touches the ball in the crease, it's an automatic penalty shot. So it goes under Fletcher. He puts his hand underneath. It's close to see if it goes in there. It doesn't. But 16 puts his hand up to it to make sure it doesn't go in, which is a handball in the crease. And so that's what the penalty shot was called on.
Okay, Wheatley coming in. Coming wide. Wheatley cross. Fake shot. Scores!
What a goal. It's 1-on-1. Wheatley goes far side, top side. You had to do he was going high. It was a question of which side. And Fletcher is bothered by that because he thought he had him. But Wheatley, second team All-Star, and showing why in terms of that. So on the shot goes actually under Fletcher. He immediately falls back and puts his hand underneath him because it was rolling. It rolls out by his shoulder, and the defender comes in and puts his hand up to Fletcher, which is where the ball is, and touches it with his hand in the crease. Automatic penalty shot, which is what was called.
Wow.
Now, when they review it, I think the Rapids will see it differently, but that's what the referee saw in terms of why that was a penalty shot.
The set with the ball. 3:25 remains. Rapids down by 1 with the ball in the offensive zone as Webster pass across for Aldridge. Aldridge sees a wall of Wolves, comes around the other side. Aldridge trying to come through. Ball popped loose, picked up by Puma. Good job on the Wolves D there as Puma passes that off to Monroe.
3 minutes to go, 11-10. 6:30 seconds clocks is how I always look at this. So the Wolves are going to use it all.
Monroe trying to slip in. Monroe with the shot. Save. Picks up the rebound. Fresh 30. Has a bouncing ball in deep. Has Hollett. Comes up with it. Pays the price. Loose ball again as St. Hilaire causing some issues now. Johnson.
I think the drive was there by Carter, but I don't like the forcing in the middle. You have a reset. This is about time. This isn't about another goal. It's about time. Kill it all. And so he had that opportunity. It's a great one, but I think he's got to turn it back and use that whole 30 there. And they get a lucky break on a pass that gets tipped over, and so now the Wolves are going to get it back.
So 2:21 remaining. Wolves up by 1 as and they'll get possession as Normando will start off the Wolves from the corner. Normando rolls back up top, out to McCarron.
The Wolves are going to treat this almost like killing a penalty. Can we use the whole 30-second clock and get a shot?
Wheatley back across to McCarron. McCarron, yeah, Wheatley's like almost at the center line.
You got to protect your own end. No fast breaks. Fast
down
breaks.
To 10 seconds. In tight. Crease. You're going back the other way.
And that's exactly why Wheatley was back right there. Ball pops out. 25 had a chance, but they have to turn because Wheatley was standing there. So great floor distribution there.
Aldridge with the ball for the Rapids. Aldridge looking to come in on Santapia and denied. Back across. Up top to Mason. Mason behind the back. To Moffitt. Hit with the shot. And that's a save there by Doyle. And Puma able to come up with a loose ball. Now Puma hustling back down. Puma maintains control as Monroe.
1:19 to go here.
Has the ball. Monroe slips out from the boards. Monroe looking for McCarron in tight. McCarron shot just over the crossbar.
Oh, he had him, Larry. He had him. He was down. That corner was open, and he just missed the top corner. I originally was about to say I don't like that feed, but McCarron was open and in alone. So, yeah, I thought there was a defender there, but Carter Monroe had seen that, the fact that he was open, and it was a wide open shot. And it was a beautiful shot, but just missed that top corner. I think we both saw it going in because Fletcher was going the other way.
Well, it was a beauty pass from Monroe to get it into.
It was a beautiful pass from Monroe in terms of hitting McCarron there. McCarron's had a lot of those just streaks from the top and wide open, and I'm shocked that no one covers him. But anyways, that's just me. He doesn't seem like a guy who's kind of small who sneaks around. But anyways, he's had a great night tonight. Been phenomenal on the offensive side of the ball. Santapia and Cooper Puma just unbelievable on the defensive side, making sure there's no second chance opportunities. So we've got 1 minute to go exactly. It's 11-10 for the Wolves. Rapids obviously drawing up a play. It looks like Fletcher is coming out of the net. So it looks like we're going to go 6-on-5. They only have 5 defenders out there, but I'm sure. Here we go. Here comes the 6. So obviously this may be their last offensive set because if you look at a 30-second both ways, that's why they wanted the timeout now. That's their last timeout. The Wolves still have one, so I'm sure the coaches talked about if we get the ball, we might want to call it. But here we go.
Here we go. Mason. Down low to Webster. Back to Mason at the corner. Up top to Aldridge. Back to Mason. Aldridge across to Bissett. Motion on the other side. And the ball comes loose. Popped back up as Mont. Bissett able to chop.
Great hustle play by Bissett to track down Mont. Mont didn't see him coming. Stripped it. Now the Rapids are going to get a second chance with 30 seconds to go.
Aldridge. Mont.
Oh, way too early. Referees did not see it.
Bissett with the ball.
Wolves are yelling he's early, but
Moffitt.
no, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was only 5.
Aldridge has the ball. Aldridge can't find a lane. Mason over to Moffitt. Back across the biscuit. He fires and a save by Doyle. And Doyle, fire that.
Doyle going for it.
Bounce.
Oh!
As, not trying to get that.
And that's
it.
I got to say, I didn't love Doyle going for it because it's a big one, but he's got such a lob shot that it bounced all the way, killed all the time. Excellent stop by Doyle on Bissick there. I mean, that's the guy you want with the ball in your stick when you're the top offensive player in the league. But Doyle was up to the task, made no mistake to at least get it out of the zone. Beautifully done. They were yelling about too many men. There was actually only 5 on the floor because as you saw when Fletcher came on, he came on. But great stand by the Wolves defense. They have been unbelievable tonight, and I think that's, if I was the coach, that's who I would have wanted on the floor in the last 30 seconds, is my defense. They did a great job. So the Wolves, 3-2 here tomorrow at noon with the Garnet Knight in-house to possibly take it on home floor.
That's right. And St. John, they'll be looking to extend it, this series, into Wednesday, I believe it is, if it does need to go to Game 5.
Game 5 would be Wednesday in a neutral site, likely in Moncton, and I got to tell you, no one wants to go there, either side. I mean, I'm sure the Rapids do now, but going in today, they didn't. These games are very different series in terms of a very quick turnaround. Usually you got a day or two in between games, and in this moment, it's a very tomorrow you're playing, and you're playing in less than 24 hours. You need to rest up anybody who's hurt. Do all those things they tell you to do, cold baths and everything else to get ready to go tomorrow. Anything you're worried about walking in the room as the Rapids, you get it out of your mind, and you're ready to go tomorrow because you need to even the series up.
So final shots were 53 for the Wolves, 47 for the Rapids, as the Wolves took this one 11-10. A tight game. Great job on the goalies on both sides. Great saves, I think we saw. It was a big part of this game. It's 2 very tight competitive games. So
I did say
absolutely
at the start,
can't wait till tomorrow.
I would agree. I did say at the start, first 2 games were decided by goalies, and I think this one's the same. I think Doyle just played a little bit better than Fletcher. Not a lot, but just a little bit stronger, and that was the difference there in terms of that is what it comes down to. Penalty shot, the big difference in this one.
Yes,
that actually ends up being the winner. So, I got to give it to the players. Great games. I really loved Finn St. Hilaire today. I think had the game of his playoffs. Matt McCarron was as great as he's been all series. Bissick again on the other side. And mine from the Rapids, Aldrich was phenomenal today.
Every shift out there,
just
he was
unbelievable. So great job on both sides. It's only going to get better tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to it.
Great to see, and what a great job for the sport as well. Well, thanks everybody for watching. Thank you to Maritime Athletic Profiles for what a great job they do with this production every time. And I believe they're back at it again, and I'm back at it. You back again?
I'm back tomorrow too with you.
So you're going to have to suffer through my play-by-play, but you'll have Brendan to listen to too.
I think I got to suffer through both of us, not just you.
But thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great night and get rested up, just like the players, because we'll be back here tomorrow, back at the Sackville Arena. And if you can't, as Steve Brown told me, you can't go in the woods anyway, so why don't you come to the arena and see some great lacrosse?
That's true. All the Wolves are out of the woods and on the floor, so we'll see them all tomorrow night.
All right, well, it's time for us to go, and we'll see everybody tomorrow. Thanks again, everybody.